Welcome back to NoiseGate. Today we are checking out the brand new Maestro series of pedals. Now Maestro earlier this year released 5 pedals, and they have just released another bunch which we are going to check out today. Quick history lesson for you though. Maestro actually were the brand that first mass-produced an overdrive pedal, the FZ1, back in 1962. And you all know the sound of this pedal, as that is the introduction to the Rolling Stones' Satisfaction. So, history aside, let's check out some of the sounds of these new pedals. We have an envelope filter, we have a compressor, we've got a phaser, we've got a tremolo, and we have got a boost. And we're going to go through some of the sounds of each of them before I play a song at the end that features the sounds of all of them. Let's have a listen. So, starting at the far right here, I've got the Agena envelope filter. Now, for those who don't know, an envelope filter is kind of like an auto wah, which sort of reacts to how intense you play. So, your classic kind of funky quack sound, something like this. So you can hear as I play harder, the wah kind of opens up a little bit based on the envelope of my sound. So we've got a control for sensitivity, for attack and decay of this of your envelope sound there. So that was the decay kind of low and the attack kind of up. Let's swap them around a bit. And I'm also going to switch over to the high setting. So that's kind of a higher gain setting. So for any sort of Grateful Dead fans or any funk music fans, that is a great pedal. Number 2, on our board here, we have got the Arcus Comp Sustain, which is a compressor and sustainer pedal. So a compressor basically makes your quiet notes louder and your loud notes quieter, which in effect gives you more sustain on your notes. So here's our clean signal. And then as I add in this compressor, so you can hear those notes kind of sustaining a bit longer. We also have a compressor is really cool for those short, funky kind of guitar sounds in the vein of Corey Wong. Now, this compressor also has quite a bit of level in it, so it can actually work as somewhat of a drive sound. So if I turn the level up of this and the attack and the sustain down a bit, it almost works as somewhat of a boost. Which I think is quite a cool sound. Number 3 is the phaser. Now, I'm a big fan of phasing, and it's a really, really sort of vintage sound, this phaser. It's got a 6-stage and a 4-stage setting. So the 4-stage is a little bit more subtle, more like a Phase 90. But the 6-stage has a little bit more depth to it without being too over the top. So let's have a listen to the 6-stage here, and I'm going to turn the width control and the feedback up and keep the rate at about 9 o'clock. And we get... which is a very, very nice phasing sound. Now, I'm going to switch back to the 4-stage and I'm going to turn the rate up, and you almost get kind of rotary pedal sound or a vibrato kind of sound. Let's have a listen. So, if you are into having a little bit of wobble on your tone, which I think is very cool. Now, one of the oldest effects in the guitar world is tremolo. And the Mariner tremolo here has two settings. We've got a harmonic tremolo and a classic tremolo. Harmonic tremolo is kind of in vogue at the moment. Everybody's rediscovering this vintage trem sound and how good it is. It's kind of got a pitch modulation to it, so it gives you this really nice wobble to the sound. So that was the sound you just heard then. Let's hear it a little bit faster, and I'm going to turn the depth control up. Your classic tremolo is more like the tremolo that you might find in a Fender type amp or a Vox type amp. And it has a shape control which kind of goes from maybe a triangle shape wave all the way around to a square wave. So let's have a listen to that. I'll keep the depth up and the speed here, the shape at the moment, all the way to the left. So this is more subtle. And if I turn the shape all the way to the right, we get a harder sounding tremolo, which is something like this. Finally, the Titan Boost. Now, a boost pedal is an often underused pedal in most guitarists' arsenals. A boost pedal can be used in front of your amp to kind of drive your amp a little bit more, or in front of your drive pedals to drive your drive a bit more. The cool thing about this boost is that we have got a flat boost, which is basically just turns your signal and turns it louder. And there's a high pass setting, which is more like a treble booster, giving you more of that bright cut, which can be really useful for a solo boost because you want to jump out of the mix as well as turn your volume up when you are taking a solo. So let's have a listen to this. Now, first, the flat setting. I'm going to keep the tone at about 12 o'clock and the level at about 12 o'clock to start with. And we have got clean sound. Boost. So it's driving the front end of this amp a little bit. But it is keeping my whole guitar tone intact there. Now, let's put it to the high pass setting. So I'm going to flick that up to the top, and I'm going to brighten everything about this, and I'm also going to really boost the level up quite a lot. Full, in fact. Let's hear the clean tone first. And then with the boost. Now, again, that really helps you cut through the mix if you are hitting a solo. So, which obviously sounds great. The Titan Boost, as you can hear, really adds a lot of great high frequency information to your tone, which is awesome if you use a slightly darker amp sound. For example, a Vox AC30 sounds amazing with a treble booster going into it. Just ask Rory Gallagher or Brian May about that. So if you play darker sounding amps or you use a humbucker in the neck position and you want to cut through a bit, the Titan Boost may be the perfect pedal for your pedal board. Now, Maestro have done really well with these pedals, and I think that they really do look the part, but more importantly, they sound the part as well. One of the little things that, we're always looking out for little things. One of the little things I like about this is when you turn them on, there are 3 LEDs that light up the logo of Maestro. Again, small, doesn't impact your tone, but I think it's cool. Let's have a look. So off, on. Now that you definitely will know your pedal's on when there's 3 LEDs that come on. Number 2, I think these pedals look like they're made well, and we all want our gear to be reliable, especially when they're being stomped on. So they've done well, Maestro, to make sure that these pedals will be reliable on the gig for you. And finally, overall, Maestro have done well to deliver on the warm analog tones of these pedals. My personal favorites, I think, are the Sustainer, the compressor, and the Boost. I really like the high pass filter version of the Boost setting of that. I think it sounds great. But all of them sound really good and are worth checking out if you are looking for any of these sort of funk type tones in your arsenal. Check them out at a Maestro dealer near you. Now, to play it out today, I am going to put these pedals in context, and we are going to play a bit of a tune. There's going to be 2 guitar parts, one on one side, one on the other, and you'll see which one is which based on the guitar that I'm going to play. And I'm just going to go through some of these sounds. So have a listen to these pedals in context, and as I said, check them out at a dealer near you. Thanks for watching Noisegate. See you next time.